Hello, everybody, and welcome to Your Connection to Spirit with my co host, Terri from Kigaruspiritualjourneys and Wisdom Seeker Joan. And
Hi.
I, again, am SunPsychic Jean. Welcome and welcome back. I'm so excited to be together on this fabulous Tuesday. And I still have to read the name of our show, Your Connection to Spirit. It sounds something like so easy, but yeah, I'm, uh, I'm really looking forward to today's show. I'm so glad that we're all together again. And I came off of a show with Nancy from Macron's Intuition earlier today, and it was just a very magical time. And it's July 1st. Can you believe it's so soon? July 1st?
Well, time's really flown.
Mm-hmm. And at this, I noticed John Smith. Hi, John Smith, and SR Kitsch is here. But the names of the people in the chat were like their original names, not their made up names. It had like 9276 and all, whatever it was, and it was coming up like that for a couple of shows. But now it's fixed. Now it's back to whoever. You know,
Some of
whatever they wanted their name to be.
Yeah, I noticed on our Friday show with Terry Lee that people were complaining that their names were wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so here it is. I took down the banner. So today we're going to be doing messages or providing readings for messages from your spirit guides, angels, departed loved ones, and general readings. We ask that you please use caps and emojis. And if you want a general reading, please be specific. And I know that's oxymoron, general and specific, but just say about work or about my love life or about some direction, some area. And if you just get a general reading, it would be more spiritual. But you can get ask for a reading from or a message from your spirit guides and angels. And we do choose the questions at random. So that's just a little reminder. I see people are popping in already. And Luna says, I finally got a notice. You haven't been getting any notices? Oh my goodness. I wonder if everybody did. Is there, I think it's just Joan is simulcasting today, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't see anyone coming in from my channel yet. Well, we're glad that you got a notice, Iluna, and we're glad you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that there's a couple people in my family that want to follow me, but every time they sign up for the notices, they never get them. So I don't know why it works that way sometimes. Oh, SR Kish got a notice, so yay.
Well, that's good. Thanks for letting us know that. That's important. That's important. Yeah. Thank you so much. So, Joan, you had said you were going to be pulling some cards for the show.
Yes, before the show, before I do a show, I usually draw cards on, well, how's it going to go? And I should have kept the cards out. I shuffled them back into the decks. But for today's show, they were especially good, I thought. The first card was the Lovers, which is a major arcana card. It's number 6. And I thought, well, there's 3 of us. And so 6 divided by the 2 lovers is 3 or whatever that means. But it's a good card about partnership. And then from the Feathers deck, I got the Meadowlark that said, smile, you will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery, which is kind of what we're doing. And then from the Archangel deck, I got the New Earth that said, share your gifts. So that's what we want to do today.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That just brings up, I was just at a fair, a metaphysical fair in Mount Vernon, Washington this last Saturday. And I read so many people who are coming into their gifts. It just seems like it's a given now that Spirit is pushing us all to go ahead and embrace our spiritual gifts.
Yeah. I'm getting that push as well. And they said anybody that has any measure of awakening, to really hold on to that energy and to follow it, because we are the leaders who will be um, showing the way, or way showers for the rest of humanity. And it is more imminent now than ever before, that it's important for us to hold that frequency and vibration, and lead the way by example, and by living our truth, and living in that higher vibration, as much as we possibly can.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I love about the YouTube spiritual community, is that people can see there's just an unending number of ways to connect and to do readings, that there's no one right way, and no, if you can't do it this way, then you're not really connected or whatever. And people can see there's lots of ways to get information and to express what's coming through.
Right. And I personally, this is just the Terri Suzuki theory here. I believe that's because Spirit knows that all of us are going to receive it differently. So there must be a lot of ways that we can hear the message. If you can't hear it from me, maybe they can hear it from you.
I believe that too. It's the frequency of the message, and they say that about when we're at the psychic fair, and there's 3 different card readers, or psychics and card readers, but they're drawn to the one that is meant for them to hear the message from, for sure. And I'm just thinking of a funny example. So thank you guys for being here, and thank you all for asking your questions. Welcome back, Pet Jeremiah. They were on for the first time earlier today. It was nice to see you then. And Edward Kenneth is a new member. So thank you for joining my membership. I have a membership on my channel now, and we get together for live chats, and we talk back and forth, and it's like a nice little conversation between just us. And it's I feel so much more free and relaxed and open, and talking back and forth. It's really nice. Like here, I still feel like I'm talking to the world. All right. So what do you say? Let's get started, everybody. So John Smith is first, and we just ask that if we call your name, if you could let us know that you're here, and I'm going to try and call 2 to 3 ahead. And John Smith, if you're still here, say hello. And Bethany Bank, you'll be next. All right. So John Smith, and I'm going to have to turn off this banner just because I don't want to feel like I'm on a bus. I do. I get a little dizzy. I start leaning one way. So John says, may I get a message from my guides for the month of July? I see a star for you. I see one of those wrapped stars, almost like a piñata, and each point. It's not a star. It's a 4 directions. A piñata. It's like a cross, but it has it looks like cones, and the point is at the end, and there's 4 cones, and at the end there's like these streamers, and at the 4 points. So I'm not sure if that means anything to you, John. It's beautiful. It's handmade. It's meant to be broken open. It is ceremonial. And I'm trying to describe it because of the message that they want you to know. I do feel like working on your spiritual development by incorporating some of these like tokens around you, some of these representation of your spiritual traditions around you. and it's very, very colorful. I'm going to look for the picture when I'm done, because that's all they keep showing me, and they're showing me you on a horse too. So I feel as though you're a very free spirit, and you love the outdoors. You're very connected to animals, and you're a passionate soul. And that's what they want you to know. I'm just, oh my gosh, I'm trying to picture the image. He says, okay, I'll try and look for you, because I can't, it's hard for me to describe. How about you ladies?
Do you want to go next, or how should we do it?
It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Mine's pretty quick. John, when I tuned in, I saw you on the back of a boat. It's like the deck of a boat, and you're looking off the back, and you've got a megaphone, like you're calling out to somebody that's behind you. I don't know, like a coxswain does for the rowers or something like that. I couldn't see who you were talking to, but you're focused on them. And then the boat takes off in the other direction, and you jolt forward and almost fall off. So here we are on the water. The water has to do with emotion. So there's something like that going on. You're focused on something and not really paying attention. You kind of lose your balance for a while. So there's something there about keeping, kind of keeping your wits about you and having a firm footing while still communicating what you need to communicate. Then I pulled cards, and right away I got the Fool, which is kind of the same type of thing. This is a wonderful, a start of a new fabulous journey, but you have to be careful and keep your wits about you, or you might just fall right off the cliff. From the Feathers deck, I got the Kingfisher, which is again about pulling opportunity out of the water. Now, the kingfisher in lore is, they say, well, in some people say that it was the bird that they released from Noah's Ark, and then it came back with something from the shore to show that there was dry land and that they could land. So there's new opportunities, and the blue of the bird has to do with the blue of the sky and all of that. So there's, again, it's like something to do with pulling opportunity out of the water, but needing to be very precise. Like you can see his bill is very, very, he has to go down and just snap up that fish that he gets out of the water. And it said, prosperity is flowing. Have faith that you'll receive it in perfect form. And then from the Angels deck, I got the Archangel of Virtue, who just said, open your heart. So whatever this challenge is that you're facing, you need to stay grounded, but just stay in your heart and stay centered. And I think everything's going to be fine. And maybe go boating, but be careful.
Well, John, what I got, because remember, we're just talking about the month of July here, but before Jean even spoke, I was seeing this huge gold star, which is kind of the shape of that piñata kind of thing that she was seeing, this huge gold star on your stage, and it starts rolling tip to tip to tip towards the right. So to me, the future's to the right. So this is very good. But what I sense from this picture is there's something that's been holding you back. And I'm not sure if it's spiritual, whatever, but the feeling really was about work or finances, somewhere in that employment kind of thing. There's something that's been a constriction point for you. And I felt, and I heard broken open. So whatever this has been that's holding you back is broken open. And now the star can keep moving forward. So whatever has been holding you back in just recently is now changing. So if you know what I'm talking about, great, start pursuing it, because now you have the freedom to keep going. I also decided to pull a card mid thing, and I got redemption. And this is an unusual looking card, but it's redemption. So whatever has been holding you back is you have some redemption here. It's going to let you go forward now.
That's really beautiful, Terri. So in it's the impermanence, and I understand what my reading meant now. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to pop it in here, and it's just a little. I looked up the pinata and four-pointed star, and it's mostly like this one right here, but it's not so concentric. But it's similar to like this one right here. Let me try and I don't know if I can zoom in. They don't really doesn't really work too well. But even this one right here, but this one is more of a six-pointed star. But and this one's a really good. So it also looks like a Merkaba too, right? It could be a Merkaba.
Yes, it does.
Uh-huh. And so these have the streamers off, and it has all of these colors. But because it's a piñata, right? It is it doesn't last forever. It doesn't. It breaks open, and you said it broke open, and you reap the rewards, and you start again. So there is something about permanence, impermanence, having something demolished to start again. Like there's nothing lasts forever, and it's some things are made to be sort of destroyed in order to maybe make a ceremony. I don't know if that makes any sense. But you can look up there's a lot of these piñatas in here, and it's really beautiful. But those stars and the impermanence, in the Zen tradition, they say you never step in the same river twice because the river is constantly moving. Things are constantly moving. Life goes on. And the job that we had, that we loved, that we wanted to stay at, may not be there for us. And it's time for us to change and to move and to grow. And that's not always easy when we're so used to one thing. And when life changes, it's really, that's one thing that is difficult for humanity, is to make these changes, because we like to be in a repetitive or routine, makes us feel very comfortable.
Yeah, with a piñata, you don't get the good stuff until you crack it open.
There you go.
The good stuff is the lessons or whatever you learn from that experience. Cool.
Yeah. The payoff.
The payoff, yeah.
Oh.
All right. So is Bethany here? Did she say anything? Did anybody see her? Oh, good. Bora, you're so sweet. She's looking for Bethany. And if not Bethany, is Eternal Phoenix here?
I am not seeing Eternal Phoenix. Let's see.
Oh, nope. Eternal Phoenix
is there. Yes.
Yay.
Can I please receive a message about my psychic abilities, my future as a healer medium? I'm open to any angels, guides, ancestors, or any high vibrational energies that step forward. Whoop, whoop. Where were you? Where have you been all my life? No. This is the kind of question I love. I love it. Eternal Phoenix. Hey, Craig Dixon.
Hey, Craig.
They're suggesting that you do practice, and they said that if you pull a card spread, I don't know if you do tarot, but they recommend that you do some sort of cards if it's tarot or oracle, and they want you to practice on yourself each and every day. And they're showing me something in a cone shape, like a golden or brass toned cone. I'm not sure what this means for you. Oh, maybe it's your pendulum. Do you work with pendulums? It's a cone shaped brass item. So if you work with a pendulum, but they want you to practice, and they want you to use something every day, and they want you to write down sort of the answers that you get and keep doing this. And it's hard to read on ourselves. So you can read for, the energies or a particular question, or, um, whatever the outcome of something that's not personal or emotional to you. But they want you to practice and to tune in and to. I feel so. There's also something around water. I'm not sure if you do water healing, but you can do the water ceremony of blessing the water and programming the water, and then drinking that. Um, and there's also something you're healing. I feel like there's some sound and vibration around it. So I don't know if you do sound, or there's a component that is a sound or vibration, but it's very, very natural, very organic, and it could be it could be like in the shamanic type of wing of energy healing, which, all energy healing is through vibration and frequency, but there's just something a little bit more specific about that. But that's what I get for you right now. How about you, lady? How about let's go to Joan? I'm gonna.
This was a fun one to see, or at least the pictures I was getting were fun to watch. The first thing I saw you were taking like a real fine grade sandpaper and sandpaper in your palms. And then you're going like this, and boom, like the energy was coming from it. Then I saw you you had somebody on a table, you were doing hands on the healing, whether it's, Reiki or some other modality. And then as you were doing it and you were feeling it and directing the energy and, pulling things out and all of that, um, all of it's like a reading with the healing, because you were doing the physical healing with the energy, and like all this person's ancestors and significant people in their life were showing up around the table. And so it's sort of like a twofer. And those, I've had healings like that, it's a combo of a reading and a healing, and those are really kind of amazing sessions. So then I went to the cards and got 10 of Pentacles, which means, abundance, prosperity. There's a lot of coins there. So this could be a lucrative thing, but it's also the cards with every generation of the family here, including the dogs and the little kids and the husband and wife and a grandpa there. So that makes me think, that's like generational wealth. And whether that's coming to you from generations past, or you might be so good at this that you're going to create some generational wealth starting with you. But it also makes me think that the wealth might be your gifts, and maybe some of this is coming from your ancestors or your extended family somehow. So I don't know if that's the case, but it's something that just came to me. And I got the meadowlark again, which I got for our reading, which is a wonderful thing. Smile, you'll soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. So this is a really happy card, and it feels like between these two, feeling like family and feeling abundance and wealth and prosperity and all different aspects of that, and the happiness of the journey, those are really positive cards. And then I got the Archangel Cassiel, who says, face fear and rise. So there might be some parts about this that, it's kind of scary going into this kind of work because of lots of things, but just be strong, face the fear, and you'll do just fine. And she'll be with you to help you along. How about you, Terri?
Wow. Well, I got a lot. I was surprised. The reading started very slow. And first, as I tuned into Eternal Phoenix's energy and then her team, they flooded my vision with a river of molasses. And I'm like, wow, this is a lot of flowy molasses. And I'm kind of like, you got to give me something. But it was really slow. And that is part of the message. They say, your healing gifts, your psychic gifts, your healing gifts are sticky. You're never going to lose them. So you don't have to worry about whether or not they're going to develop or whether or not you're going to keep moving, because they're sticky. You're not losing this. they said, go slow, take it slow so that you can hear our instructions. So they are going to be teaching you as you're actually healing people, as you're actually using these modalities. And they just want to also let you know that eventually you're going to feel very homey there, because to me, when I see this, all of this molasses, it's a homey thing. You know, we bake with it. It's a sticky, sweet substance. So there's also something that they're talking about that's about a sweetness for you. It's about sweetness too. So I also got a tiny little bit that made me wonder if part of your healing abilities has something to do with healing people with type 2 diabetes. That just kind of appeared to me. Now, I have type 2 diabetes, so that could just be me reading that into it. But
Wow.
yeah,
That's
so
amazing.
yeah,
Hmm.
but
That's amazing.
keep
So
going.
specific. So yeah, and Eternal Phoenix had a lot of feedback here. They said, I do tarot, but I haven't started pendulum yet, but I do have them. Yes, it's easier for me to read others. And instead of ourselves, I said it's harder. It's always hard to read ourselves. And she said, or they said, I've been told to do work with water. I will look into it. Appreciate the advice. Yes, been told to use my voice. So far I just write my readings, just shy and growing. And they said I'm going to be learning Reiki soon,
Good.
and I'd like to build something for my daughter's future. And Castile's message made me mushy.
Oh,
And that's a blessing. Thank you. Needing to allow the unfolding. And there's a lot of feedback. Thank you. I have that. I have that as well. I would love to be able to help others heal heart and mind and soul. I hope to remind them of their connection to divinity. That's beautiful.
that is.
Spot on, Eternal Phoenix.
Good luck.
Yeah,
You're on the right path there. I had to star all of them because she was giving us feedback as we were moving along, and I didn't want to lose it. Um, thank you
and
very much.
yeah.
And I guess I didn't call the next person, did I? Um, let's go with Level Up Lady. Level Up Lady, if you're still here, and then Mary. And Mary is just one word, Mary. Level Up's here. Woo, woo. Okay. So Level Up says, what do my guides need me to know, or any important messages from family? So I'm going to go. Okay, Mary, I see you. Thank you. I'm going to go with your guides. I, I'm just going to say it. They're showing me something that it's like a food processor, but it's almost like an icy. I don't know if you make ices, if you made ices, if you like to shave ice, or I feel like it's ice. It feels hard and crunchy, and like ice would be. But it almost is like, you know how you put the food in the food processor and then you push the thing down. It's sort of like that, but it's ice. Um, and I don't know if there's a machine, and I don't know why they're showing me this, but I had to say it. Level Up. And I'm just trying to tune into your energy. I do feel as though you have pets around, and your pets are reincarnations. I see a pet around you, either a dog or a cat, and it's like a lap dog or cat. And this dog is showing me themselves with alligator skin. So I feel as though they're a reincarnation of a different animal, and this may be their first time in this lifetime. Um, oh my gosh. And but I see you holding on to an animal on your lap, and they almost have, it's like if there was a cat sitting there on your lap, like the cat would have like a alligator costume tied around them, and like there'd be an alligator on the top, but then it would be a cat. And I've seen that before, and I do feel as though that they had past lives as a gator or as some sort of a, crocodile, gator, one of those things. I don't know if you have any pets, but that was interesting. How about you? How about Joan? We'll go to Joan.
Okay. When a Level Up Lady, when I tuned in, I got the idea. Well, it was at a picnic table. There's a picnic table with a plastic red and white check, the tablecloth and everything. And a wind comes through and knocks everything off, and everything's up in the air. But then it all just kind of settles down perfectly where it should be on the picnic table again. So I get the idea there might be some event that kind of mixes things up or makes you feel like things are just blowing apart, but it all works out in the end for the best. So just kind of be prepared for it and breathe your way through it. And it's like, oh no, this is all going to work out. We all have something to get through in life, but so it sort of sounds like you might be going through a challenge, but they're giving you the heads up. Don't worry about it. It's all going to work out for the best in the end. And when I drew cards, I got the 5 of Wands. There are all these people wearing different uniforms, disagreeing about things, but these are wands. It's all very earthly concerns, but there's new growth happening there. The next card from the Feathers deck was from the Pelican, which is choose the path of forgiveness and raise your vibration. The pelican's also known as a symbol of sacrifice and just kind of peace. So there might be conflict coming your way, and just kind of take a step back and see if you can kind of throw bread on the waters. And then from the Archangel deck, I got the Archangel of Clarity, who said, rest, reflect, and recharge. So this might, there might be chaos going on all, right outside your door. And just kind of breathe deeply and say, oh yeah, I noticed that. And I'm going to continue to focus on the positive. And, as we're saying, breathe your way through it. And it's all going to be temporary, and you're going to land and be able to continue your picnic at the nice picnic table. How about you, Terri?
That's so nice. Well, Level Up Lady, as I tuned into your spirit, I kind of saw you looking like a statue. But as I looked the length of your statue, I noticed your feet, though, were more like a tree root. You know how the trees kind of start going out at the root and going into the earth. But in this case, these roots that are your feet and your legs are kind of knotted up. It's kind of really a knotted, it's not a smooth kind of rooting. And I'm like, and then I watched them set fire to the roots, set fire to it. And I'm like, that's a little more aggressive view than I usually see. And they said, we are burning away the worry, that she worries a lot and that she has a lot of doubt. And this worry is creating some blockages. And we are going to burn this away so that she has a smooth base. So they're talking a lot about your root chakra. So I would maybe do a little work on grounding, do a little root chakra work. But also, if you're worrying a lot, try some meditations to try to reduce worry, because it's not helping you, and it's holding you back. It's kind of holding you hostage a little bit. So please let them do their work to kind of burn your worry away. and move forward. Okay, that's what I got.
Beautiful. And thank you, Level Up Lady. And let us know. She did say that there was 2 cats belonging to her roomie. That's funny. And I didn't see anything else from her just yet. But thank you very much, Level Up Lady, for your question. And next is Mary, and then after Mary is Jasmine. Mary says, "May I have a message from my angels, please?" Oh, you're welcome, Level Up Lady. So, Mary, I'm sensing a little bit of anxiety or concern for the future, and your spirit guides just want you to know that it's wasted energy, and that it's really important to enjoy the now moment, because there's always going to be an unknown for tomorrow. And none of us can predict the future, even though some of us try and do estimates. But they're just saying that there's no sense in worrying about what might happen tomorrow today. You're it doesn't prevent death from happening. It only prevents life when we're worrying, because it takes the life out of us. It takes the enjoyment out of each day. And you can look back and say, well, yesterday was a great day. Why was I worrying all day? It was great. It was beautiful. I got my things done, and it was a great day. Why was I so worried about everything? And today, again, you're choosing to worry, and you're choosing to, have this concern on your back instead of having joy. There is a degree of understanding, being aware, and having compassion, but being able to set that aside and enjoy life. Life goes on. It's really important for us to carry this joyful energy and frequency to keep the light and keep the home fires burning, so to speak. And it's really up to us. And unless it's occurring in your vicinity, you have to look at your 4 walls. You have to look at your the ceiling and the ground and say, am I safe within these 4 walls? Is there a saber-toothed tiger coming after me that I should be worried about? No. If I'm safe, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm well fed, I'm comfortable, that is where this is where they want you to keep your focus. They're not saying stick your head in the sand. They're just saying that it's not in your highest good to constantly be of overbearing yourself or overburdening yourself with things that are outside of your control. And that's what they have to say. How about you, Joan?
That was beautiful. And it kind of coincides with what I was seeing. When I tuned in, what I got was drumming, just the beat of a drum. And I'm like, okay, what's this all about? And they're saying, set the rhythm for your day, set the rhythm for your life. And whether you're drumming, constantly thinking negative thoughts, you can change that to happier thoughts. Or it can also, they were making the point that the drum in music is what keeps the beat and everything else goes on top of it. So think of your life of, okay, what is it that I can do that's going to help me feel better? For me, sometimes it's like, if I make the bed every day, then I can feel like I've accomplished something. And it's maybe there's just that little thing or go for a walk, which is sort of like drumming or whatever it is for you, to work in something simple in your daily routine that's not hard to do, that will help you feel like more in control of life, although none of us are really in control of anything, but it's like the baseline. It's the what you can build upon it. So keep the beat, rely on it, blah, blah, blah. Everything is built on it. the routine. And then I started pulling cards. And what did I get? The Ace of Wands. What's that look like? A drumstick. And it's at the base of the earthly experience of the wand. And good things grow from that, from just this new beginning. I got the Pheasant, which is all about creation and connection, and focus on those things, on the positive things, and what you can do in this 24 hours that will help you feel better or make the world a better place or whatever. And whether, going for a walk or looking at a tree or whatever. And then I got the Archangel of Hope, who says, expect the best. And I think that's a challenge for all of us. This is a challenging time, but to try to kind of keep that as part of your drumbeat, that I'm expecting the best and everything's always working out for me, and those types of little mantras. Another thing, this has come up for a couple of people, and it made me think of two videos that I listened to today. The most recent, Amelia Ortiz and the most recent Next Level Soul, were both about had things about what to do when you start to worry or start focusing on the negative, to just kind of say stop and try different affirmations or whatever. And those are good ones to check out too. How about you, Terri?
Well, I got something very similar. I just got all of her angels. There were just lots and lots of angels on my stage, and the love is high, because that's what angels do. They just love us. And so that was a lot. But then they kind of are referring back to the worry that Jean talked about. And they're going to make me quote you, Joan. Joan always says, and this is what the angel said to me, employ an unemployed angel. So don't worry if let's say you're having a worry about your son finding a job, then follow what Joan would say. And this is what the angel said to do, is call in an employment angel or an HR angel or something like that. So don't do the worry anymore. Just call in whatever you're worrying about. Call in a specialist about that and go on with your day. So that is actually a good message for all of us. You can always call in an angel. And I love when Joan says that, because it reminds me to call in the unemployed angels. There's a lot of angels just waiting for us to call them in for something.
Yeah.
So if you can think of what you need, there's an angel that will do that. And you don't need their name.
Yeah. Thank you, Terri. That was beautiful. And next I have Jasmine, and she does say that she's here. Thank you, Jasmine, for being so speedy and on the spot. And after Jasmine is Nada. Sorry, I'm looking for Jasmine's here. Nada Iva is after Jasmine. And thank you guys for all being here and all your patience and being supportive and enjoying each other's company in the chat. I love when we all get together. So Jasmine says, does my spirit guides have any messages for me? I just love that name, Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
Mary says, I guess I have to stop worrying.
Little hint, Mary.
Sorry for interrupting.
That's funny. You're funny, Mary. Thank you. And that really helps lift the energy as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Jasmine, your spirit team wants me to let you know that you are going to be okay and you are doing fine. There is nothing to second guess. Like, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? Am I marrying the right guy? Am I, buying the right house? And you sort of are apprehensive because you don't want to make the wrong choice. But my friend Terri Suzuki always says, You can't make a wrong choice. And when you do choose, it's a action forward. It's when you don't choose, the analysis paralysis between, oh, this house or this house, this state or that state, this job or that job. When, and we all have dilemmas, but when you are paralyzed, analysis paralysis, because you're over analyzing your choice, your spirit guides can't come in and help you. But when you make a choice and take action, and you say, oh, I'm going to go with this house, well, guess what? At the closing, something's going to fall through. It's not going to work out. And you're going to go back and get the other house. So trust that you're going to be led to the right option and choices for you. And that what you decide and feel, trust yourself, trust your instincts. And nobody knows whether or not that house is going to work out or that job is. We need to trust in the unknown and give ourselves trust ourselves to follow our own guidance and not to second guess, and become a little more comfortable with the uncertainty. It's not easy, but that's where we go into the flow. And the uncertainty, we don't have any idea of what the outcome is. And the spirit guides can get in there because we don't, if we know that we're going to be on this road and we're going to go in this house and then we're going to be done by 6, it's hard for spirit guides to put in miracles and guiding us when we're on that really strict routine. But when we have an unknown, our spirit guides love this because we're so malleable. They can help us and guide us and put breadcrumbs in there and really help to enhance our experience. So try not to be apprehensive about the uncertainty. Embrace the uncertainty and trust yourself on your choices, that you'll always be led in the right direction. Even if it's not the first choice, you'll always be led back to the correct choice. How about you, Joan?
Cool. Yes. When I tuned in, I saw you as a mountain climber, and you're, getting up in the thin air at the top of this mountain, and it was a lot of hard work. I didn't see the whole trip up, but obviously you were working really hard at this. And then you put the flag at the top of the mountain and screamed "Excelsior!" like you reached your goal, and you were so proud of yourself. And then you were kind of thinking, so now what? There's nowhere else to go. And you looked up and there was birds flying all over. And I just saw you kind of leave your body and go up with the birds. And I heard the sky's the limit. So then I go and draw cards, and I get the 6 of Swords, which is moving to smoother waters. So this is, you're making a choice. You're going from rough things to kind of the unknown, and putting some effort in. But then the next thing we get is the hawk. A powerful message is being communicated to you now, but it's that hawk that, the big raptors that are flying way above at the top of the mountain, giving you, clear sight of the good things that are ahead. And from the Archangel deck, I got, what is this? Number 41, leap and spread your wings. So it all starts from this, which doesn't look like the happiest card, but it's a decision to make a choice and go from the rough waters to the calmer waters, because you know in your heart that that's the right thing to do. And then, you leap and spread your wings, and the sky's the limit. Plus you get to scream "Excelsior," which is always fun. I don't even know
Wonderful.
what that means.
I love that.
Yeah. Or we could be riding a flying carpet.
Oh, that's even better.
So I tuned into your energy, and I saw you at a picnic on this picnic rug. This picnic rug, and you're at the picnic. You've planned the picnic really well. You have all your favorite foods and drinks, and you're having this lovely picnic. You can see this beautiful vista. It's quite a wonderful time. And then you start moving towards the future, and the picnic blanket becomes a rug, and you start flying on the magic rug. And what they're saying is that whatever you're worried about right now, maybe we're doing a whole show on worry. They're saying you are far more protected than you think. And they showed me, particularly when you were sitting at the picnic, you could feel the ground beneath the picnic blanket, the picnic rug. It was rough and a little bumpy, but the blanket provided a little bit of cushion from the bumps. But then as you're flying, they're showing me all these angels underneath this rug helping you, flying you. So take off, start moving ahead, make your decisions, and trust that they're all there, because they are all there helping you. You're far, far more supported than you know. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Terry. That was a really good message. And yeah, we saw your comment here, Jasmine, that yes, lately I've been kind of feeling like I want to surrender and give up, and I get really tired, but keep going. And that's what I said in the very beginning. You're going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. And you are in that unknown and it doesn't feel very good because there's not a lot of certainty or groundedness, but you're in a beautiful time where your spirit guides and angels can assist you and carry you, just like Joan and Terry were saying. Someone was texting me the other day, but I didn't respond to them because I know it's not the right time for me. Okay. All right. Well, that you can we'll take that up on your next on the next show. And next we have Nada Iva. Nada Iva is here. And Nada says, a message from my husband, Ivan, in heaven. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for your loss, Nada. And I'm not gonna call out enough. I think this will probably bring us to the hour. So, message from husband Ivan in heaven. And Nada, can you just confirm that you're still here? Just because we need you here for the mediumship. Nada Iva, can you just confirm that you're still here? I'm sorry, ladies, if you're already connecting
That's
to
okay.
Ivan.
I'm not yet.
Uh, um, Nada Iva. She's
Yeah.
here. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Nada. I was hoping you were still here. So just stay in there, because sometimes we need to validate and to make sure that we have the right spirit, and then we can go from there. Ivan loves you. Ivan, obviously he does. Ivan says he loves you more than the moon and the stars. He is hugging you and embracing you and just cradling you. He will never let you go. And yeah, he's saying that did he carry you across the threshold when you guys got married? I know that was like a thing back in the 50s, but um, I don't know if he did this, but he's saying you are his bride and always will be, and that he loves you and will hold you and never let you go. He's saying that he will be right by your side. He will be waiting for you when your day comes, in no hurry, but he will be there for you. He wants to thank you for all the sacrifice, and I feel like he had a long illness. It was difficult for him, but it was really difficult for you, and you kept saying, "Oh, I'm not the sick one, or I'm not the one going through this." But he's saying that you gave up everything, and you were so devoted to his care and his needs. But he's saying that he hit the jackpot when he met you, and he always called you his bride. He just thought you were the tops. He's saying that something something about a hat, and I don't know if he had like animal heads on the wall. Was he like into taxidermy or something, or did he have something that was in like the shape of an animal, um, like around. It may not be taxidermy, but it may be like maybe a mug that had a shape of an animal, or I don't know what this is that he's showing me. What did he have, like an odd sense of uh decor, or did he have like the oddities? He's showing me some unusual things, but he's saying I feel as though he was very well educated and was an avid reader and voracious. He always loved to learn and read the paper and do puzzles, and he was very active in his mind. So let me know if any of this. Oh, she's saying yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Nada, did he have animals on the wall? I I don't, I've never seen that before for him to show me. But yeah, I don't know. But he is just really he's very strong spirit, and he loves you ferociously, and he has his arms all around you, and he said, "Don't worry, I will never let you go." He said, "You and I are together forever, and that nothing can separate us." He wants to make sure that you know that he's in your heart. He is right beside you. He is going to be supporting you, and he wants you to live the rest of your life for both of them, for both of you. Like, he wants to see you find happiness and experience the joys of life. um Poof, really, really strong, beautiful soul, and funny too, a little quirky. I love that voracious reader, and that animal. I don't know what it is. I don't It's hard for me to, I don't know what it is. But how about you, Joan?
Well, when I tuned in, I saw him, and the first thing that lit up was my throat chakra. So he wants to talk to you. He wants to be in communication with you. When you're just out, if you're cleaning the house or walking around and you're thinking of him, and you think, oh, he would have said that or whatever. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Or you can just ask him, Ivan, what do I do here? And just then go do something mindless, and it will come to you. And so he's going to be there talking to you. But when I saw him, he was very specific. I was going through the cards. I saw him on a white horse, and he was dressed up. He had like a green tunic. And this is why I was looking through cards. It was that color green. It's nothing to do with the page, but it was like that. And then he had, pants on underneath. And they're showing me it's the green one, like these guys, the green one, the green shirt. So I don't know if he had a shirt or a fleece or something that he wore that was sort of that color, but he was very insistent about that. And it looked sort of old fashioned like that, like it was. Anyhow, he was racing around with this white horse, riding him bareback, and the horse was like rearing up and everything. And he's like, he's your protector. He's going to charge in with that horse. He's going to be, your knight in shining armor still on the other side. But he is there to look out for you and protect you. And this is how he's expressing his love. He's really, really being protective of you and being strong for you. But then after I was sifting through the cards, trying to find the green shirt, he came through, and I saw two swans. And you know how the two swans with their necks that intertwine and they look like they're making a heart? He has that for you too. So he's sending you the tenderness and the love, but he's also going to be your firm protector and just be there for you because he knows this is hard, and he's just sending you so much love. So yeah, that's what I got from Ivan.
And you know that swans mate for life. There's only one mate. There's only one. There's only you.
Yeah.
Nada.
Oh, I got chills off that one.
That's so cool. Well, Nada, he first, when he showed himself to me, showed himself in a very unusual way. When I see people on the other side, usually they choose to look younger. They find the most vital place in their life, and they kind of look like that. In this case, he chose to look older. In fact, a lot older. He had a lot of shaggy white hair. And I'm like, why are you showing me that? Why do you look so old? And because that's very unusual. And what he was letting me know is it's because it's over time too. So I would suspect if we had more time to read on this, you guys have been in lives together before. So there's a long, old connection here. But as I let him kind of show himself, then he also, now you're going to have to look this part up. He also showed me the hermit on the tarot card, that he's like the hermit. And the hermit, a lot of times on the card, has long, shaggy hair and things like that. And then he specifically told me to thank you. You provided a lot of old wisdom for him during his lifetime, and that everything you said is true. That's what he said. So that's that. Sorry, a short message from him, but basically, yes, the wisdom you provided, he can confirm from the other side, is true. So,
You know, we always want our husbands to say, "You're right. You were right. You were right." So this is him from heaven saying, "You were right."
oh my gosh.
Oh, Nada. Thank you for your questions and for your feedback. And I know it's really hard. And we're going to give you a second just to share a little bit of feedback if you can. And meanwhile, I just want to thank all of you who asked your questions and did not get your question answered. And it's really very special that you're all here together and supporting each other and supporting Nada. And I know it's really emotional and it takes her a minute. And but all of you who did ask questions, or or just all of you together and all of your support, all of your patience and understanding and support for one another is really very special. Yep. Thank you, beautiful girls. You're very welcome, Nada.
Yes, you're welcome.
And it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. You'll have to go back and listen. When it comes out, it comes through a lot. And he's telling us so many different things that it's hard to take it all in sometimes. So go back and listen to it a couple of times. And that's the good thing about this, is it's all recorded for you.
Yeah.
But we just want to thank you and everybody who asked their questions, and ladies, do you want to share with us what's coming up next for you? Do you have anything that you want to share?
Well, I have, if you're in the Everett, Washington area, I have a fair this next Saturday, July 5th, at the Gibson Center. If you want to come and meet me in person and get a reading, I'm going to be there. And then I will be with you lovely ladies again on a Tuesday.
Oh, well, isn't it Monday? The
Wisdom
Circle.
The Wisdom Circle, yes. That, and we got Joan presenting.
Yes, on my favorite subject, the spirituality of birds. And I'll have some information about that subject, but mainly it's just a teaser so we can just talk about fun bird synchronicities and everything. So if you have some of those, be sure to come and share.
Yeah, and we'll be simulcasting, but it's originally on the Crone Zones channel. It's the Wisdom Circle with Kigaru, Terri Suzuki, Wisdom Seeker Joan, Pure Visionary Terry Lee, and
Heather.
It is Heather and Priscilla as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And that is on Monday at 4 p.m. And it's the first Monday of every month. And we all get together. It's really a beautiful thing. And I encourage everybody to come on over and check that out. So we wish you a very happy holiday if we don't see you before that. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. Take care in the weather and in the heat. And we'll see you again soon. Thank you again, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.